Hello, my name is Adam, and my eyeball burns really bad because I got some body wash in it while I was in the shower, and I'm slowly losing my sanity over that. It feels like somebody it feels like somebody, put a rock in my eye, and, it feels like there's actually physically something in there, but I know there's nothing in there. I guess it's just probably from irritation. Anywho, before I go off on a full tangent of that, welcome back, my friends. This is your host, LovelyCheesePizza here, with 1.5 functional eyes, and welcome back to another edition of Sports Sunday, where we talk about sports life, and apparently getting body wash in your eyes from the shower. And welcome back. We are working on the third game of our third set of games, and we've had a couple of really good ones against the ghastly monsters so far. It has certainly been no stroll in the park. Unless that stroll in the park was a park near, fucking Hell's Kitchen or something. Which, by the way, started watching Daredevil, and holy shit, that show is awesome. And I've only seen, 3 episodes so far, but it's that fucking good. I had heard from some friends of mine that were already watching the show that they're in, seasons 1 and 2 respectively, there are two of the better fight scenes in all of, TV show or Netflix original show, in history of that. They're that good. And I saw one of them. I saw one of them yesterday, and fuck, it's awesome. It's the scene where they're in a hallway, and it's just Daredevil going up against all these fucking dudes in a really condensed space in this hallway. And it's so tight, and it's basically all done more or less in pretty much one continuous shot. It's so cool, and just the moves themselves are really well done. Here we go. Oh, come on. I thought we only had one out. Damn it. Could have gotten ourselves at least a third on that. But yeah, dude, it's super good. And the way that the fight scene fucking ends, he does this crazy ass 360 roundhouse kick to the face on this guy. Which is very impressive for a blind man to be doing to anybody. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's definitely what I've been doing. Good fucking stuff. And we're gonna get that. We are not gonna get that. That guy is safe at first. That's great. I mean, you see that in baseball actually fairly often. One thing that you do not see in baseball that I got to see for the first time ever was what happened to the White Sox. I think it was yesterday. And it is so frustrating. So, the White Sox are one of 4 teams in the history of baseball in any fucking era ever to lose a game despite hitting 7 home runs. My team, well, not my team, I don't have any sort of ownership. Man, I need to get on that White Sox stock. White stock. That actually sounds horribly racist. I'm gonna get in on that white stock, boy. But yeah, these guys, they were playing the Blue Jays, and they fucking lost the game. I think it was 10-8, and they hit 7 home runs. I mean, it's a game that I'm totally okay with them losing, because any game that you can, manage to pull off hitting 7 home runs in, you at least got to be able to hang your hat on that and be happy. But at the same time, have at least some shred of disappointment that your team hit 7 fucking home runs and you still lost the game. Oh, and the worst part was, at no point during that game were they leading or tied outside of 0-0. They got crushed. More they were down early in that. But, what do you do? But yeah, I just, you think that, pretty much 99 times out of 100, if a team hits, 4 home runs, you're probably gonna win. Let alone almost doubling that and still losing by 2. I mean, the part that was the bummer was that every one of those home runs was a solo shot. I mean, if you hit 7 home runs and 2 of those are multi-run home runs, you're definitely gonna win. But alas, that was not the case. So it's whatever it is. But they won. They won today. They're back to 500. It's still not ideal at all. I mean, they're pretty much tied for 3rd place in their own division, with Cleveland just running away with everything. That's not good. I love Cleveland in basketball, but not in baseball. No way. God damn it. These guys are getting hits on me right now. Come on. No Bella Caroli hits. None of those fucking crazy-ass looping pop flies that drop down in the very weird spot in the outfield. We had, like, way too many of those last game. Really trying to control that to a better extent than I am, or than I have been. Yeah, there are pop flies like this, but they just go just far enough that nobody could catch it. And that would be an error. if it was actually not in the middle of the play. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's a little base knock right there. That's the good shit. What's not the good shit is the chili that I had when I got home from work today. That was probably a poor decision on my part, but I did it because, you know, my grandma was like, hey, I made some chili earlier and I left some on the stove if you want it. And I didn't want to be like, no, I don't want none of this chili. Because, like, it didn't sound very good, but, I mean, she went through the trouble of making it, so I didn't want to be like, fuck your chili. Not like I'd ever say that in the first place. I feel like if I ever said something like that to my grandma, it'd probably give her a heart attack and she'd die. I mean, she's already up there as it is, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll definitely have some, why not, you know? I mean, not that I don't like chili, it just didn't sound, you know, appetizing to me. I fucking love chili. One of my favorite things in the world is my dad's famous Super Bowl chili. Even though it's not famous worldwide, or even nationwide, or even citywide. But it's famous for anybody that's ever had it. They all loved it. And so, it is famous in the small circle of people that have ever put it inside of their mouths and shit it out of their ass later. Because that's generally how the process of digestion works. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, okay, that's doable. God, about as close as you could get without it being a home run. Whew! And no runs surrendered. And there's 2 outs, which means it's all for you. Damien is not getting this shit. He's not getting it. I'm not letting your tall, lanky ass forcing people to jump off of the 3rd story of a mansion to hang themselves. I'm not letting it happen. Yeah, there it is. Crisis averted. But yeah, so I definitely had a little bit, and it's not like there was very much of it, but the weird thing, this is probably the only time I've ever seen this, my grandma definitely cooked the chili in a frying pan. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I don't know if that's how she did it initially, but that's how I found it on the stove, and it was still warm. So, kind of a weird thing. Like, usually you think of chili, you think of it done in, like, a saucepan, or, like, a big fucking, like, New York soup kitchen-sized, like, drum of chili. You usually don't find that in a frying pan. But you know what? It's my grandma, and I love her, and sometimes you just gotta go with it. Oh, boy. So, yeah, that was how that was. I was just like, alright, when in Rome, you eat chili out of a frying pan, I suppose. And, surprisingly, actually pretty good chili. It was pretty good chili. I think it's because she actually put, like, some real hamburger meat in there. It wasn't just, like, that weird, like, fucking lung meat stuff that you generally tend to find in, like, Nally brand chili or Hormel or fucking anybody that does that stuff that you find at a grocery store and that's not made homemade style. Oh my god, dude, these guys are teeing off of Harry right now. This is bad news. This is bad. We may have to go to the bullpen a little early here, even though it is, I guess, the 4th inning. Oh, no, you don't. It's not happening. It's not happening. All right, get the lead runner. We don't have to go for anything fancy here. We just got to get the lead runner. Not Bella again. Huh! Huh! Yeah, look at that. That's a little Sports Center web gem there. They were getting a little bunt happy. You usually don't find teams in this game getting super bunt happy, going for it twice in a row like that. I like the strategy. I really do. I mean, that's kind of what you want to have. If you got runners on 1st and 2nd with, you know, 0 or 1 out, you know, bunting is actually a fairly sound choice. So I get it. It was a smart move by unnamed coach number 2 over there. But you know, not really what I mean. Would I have done it? Probably not. I'm gonna go with Rod. Uncle Rod, Aunt Georgette. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, come on, Rod. Okay. At least he was barely fast enough to beat that thing out. And by beating that out, I don't mean, you know, beating his penis with his hand to force ejaculate out of it, because that's a very weird term. I've always felt, even like back, you know, when I was a kid, when people called, you know, when they call it beating off, that just, it sounds so violent, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna beat off. It's like, that sounds really uncomfortable, actually. That sounds terrible. That was totally a foul ball. You could totally see how foul that was, and my voice just cracked like I was in middle school. You could see, like the ball was totally on the other side of the foul line, which is really weird because if you do that down the right field line, that is 100% every single time a foul ball. I don't know how it is you can get away with that over there. It's like the umpire has like something wrong with his contact lens or something where he's seeing double and he's like, I can see this, it's gotta be one of those lines, I don't know which one. I'm just gonna go with that one over there, and it just turns out to be the wrong one. But hey, we finally broke the game open. We got 3-0 here. We got 3-0. We're finally getting somewhere here. We're breaking their spirit down. But yeah, beating off is weird. Even jacking off is weird. But I guess that makes more sense since you're, you know, you're emulating the actions of a jackhammer, I guess, with the whole up and down thing. But yeah, beating off, it just like, you think of beating off and you think of a guy just like sitting there with a clenched fist just punching himself right in the old slog. Come on, baby, get out of here. Get out of here. It's gone. Yeah. I love like old video game stuff where like the computer, like they're programmed to just keep running, even though obviously the ball's not coming back. But it's funny to like think about that in the confines of actual baseball. Like if that were to happen, come on, yes, he just keeps on running into the fence. Like imagine if you saw that in real life in a baseball game. Like the ball was a no doubter. But as the thing's still going, the you know, like the right fielder is just constantly running into the fence, just not even stopping, just like not making any progress at all. Like that would be something that the announcers would be like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Simmons out there doing that? The ball's not coming back. He thinks he's got a legit chance at this thing. And then the inning was over. But hey, not before we did some serious damage out there. 7 runs. 7 runs. And now we can put in put in Peter, and everything can be nice and easy. Which, knock on wood, by the way, neither one of those two have surrendered a run yet. In how many? What is this? The 23rd game? Yeah, this is the 23rd game that we played, and both of them have a 0-0 ERA. That is like fucking legendary numbers right there. I mean, that would be like, you know, nominee for best middle relief in the history of baseball, I would feel like. I don't feel like there's ever been in Major League Baseball a set of middle relievers that have both had, or have all had, because, you know, it probably depends on what era we're talking about here, but that have all had an ERA of 0 through, like, that many games. I feel like that's not, I mean, it's not like it's impossible. Like, it's not extremely unrealistic to think that could happen, but highly improbable, most certainly. Alright, here we go. On the plus side, too, my load of whites just got done in, I almost said the refrigerator. Yes, my load of whites got done in the fridge. They're nice and chilly and ready to be served cold. No, they just got done in the washing machine. This is good. Man, we are teeing off a Medusa right now. I mean, that's an out, but that is a very well hit ball right there. And we're hitting, I mean, we're getting really late swings on this, but we are still making some solid-ass contact. That 163 ERA is definitely not going to be that tomorrow. That's for damn sure. I mean, it's not like James Shields' ERA. That is one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen. Like, that could have made Hitler cry, just about. That dude threw, like, 4 games. Through 4 games with, like, a combined, like maybe, like, 9 or 10 innings pitched, had an ERA of, like, 29 or something just absolutely hilariously terrible. And, go figure, like, 3 out of the 4 of those outings were with the White Sox. You knew that when he was going to come out on the mound that you were going to lose that game real really bad. And hey, go figure, they totally did. They lost every one of those really bad. So I am really glad that he is not pitching as of late. He pitched the other day, and it was actually pretty good. But still, I mean, you should not be in the major leagues if you, in 4 straight outings, are getting pulled before you make it out of 2 innings alive. All right, Fuller, tee off the lady in her short shorts that kind of almost sort of looks like a skirt, but it's probably not because they wouldn't be wearing skirts in softball. Ah, bringing in Jekyll. Bringing in the Jexter with a really high ERA, but that's okay. Can't be any worse than what hers is going to be in the morning. Hey, look at that. That's going. That's going all the way to the wall. He's going to third. Totally could have thrown me out at second if he would have cut that off like you were supposed to, but... yeah, I'm not going to tell him how to do his job. That's how he wants to play. That's how it's going to happen. Oh, no! Oh, God. I hate those. I hate when you line out to the pitcher. You can't, it's hard to react fast enough because you don't really see it coming. Hey, there we go. Little bloopy bloop. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, we're good. By the way, it's very encouraging to see that we've got a couple guys on the roster that their home run totals are starting to get up there a little bit. I mean, will they... Oh boy, that's going to be a double play. That is 100% a double play. No, it's not. Yes, it is. God. Yeah, shit. It's nice to see that they're getting up there a little bit. I mean, are they going to compete with the American Dream guys by the time the showdown happens? Maybe, maybe not. Because those guys are more than likely going to have, I'm going to say, at least 2 people that are in double digits for home run count. I'll bet. And the people that I'm going to bet are going to have it is going to be Hank Aaron and probably Lefty. Probably, what is it, Lefty Grove? Probably Lefty. That dude has some mad fucking power, and it is disgusting. So yeah, that's my guess. Even Pete Rose, despite the fact that he's the leadoff hitter, he might even have, you know, close to 10. I'll bet. Oh. Yeah, that'll be a point where our ERAs are going to start looking a little more believable. Oh, indigestion. Oh god, yep, that chili is starting to rear its ugly head at this point. It's coming up with a vengeance now. It's just, it was good initially, but I think that mixed with that wild cherry Pepsi may have been the harbinger of my doom right there. That may be where the I don't even know where I was going with that. I almost said where the puss hits the pavement. That sounds terrible. That could be taken a couple different ways. That could be a woman that just like does a really hard set of the splits on the pavement, or somebody just slamming a cat into the pavement. Both of those things sound terrible. I should go to jail just for thinking it, but I'm not going to. Oh, come on, Kevin, you can't be striking out as a leadoff batter. You can't be doing that, man. Who do you think you are, Jimmy Rollins? Come on, give me everything you got. What if people actually did that in the batter's box? I mean, I've seen some weird things in the batter's box with, you know, things like Craig Counsell and his... Oh, wow. Got away with that one. Like, Craig Counsell and his weird-ass, like, swinging of the bat bullshit, like, above his head before he actually, like, steps forward and swings, and just all sorts of weird little rituals and whatnot. But I've never seen, like, somebody that had, like, crazy Peyton Manning happy feet in the box before taking a swing. Mainly because that's, like, a horrible idea. You'd never be able to, like, set in and get your power. You'd just be fucking, like, running around in circles in that thing. That'd be like the equivalent of, like, a Happy Gilmore type of thing before taking your at-bat. I'm gonna see if I can steal second here. Is it gonna work? Probably not, but I'm gonna try it. He may even let me do it. He is not gonna let me do it. Yeah! Oh! No, no, yep, no, oh shit, yep, we're totally out now. Oh no! I didn't mean to go that far down with my other runner there. I was just trying to bring him down far enough to where he'd have to at least pay attention for a moment to to the guy, you know, going from third so that I could get my guy to second. But no, it didn't work. It's fine. At least if anything out of this, we can hopefully get Marley's ERA down below 1. I think giving him 2 full innings of scoreless work, knock on wood that we actually get that, that'd be nice. It'd be really cool. Is it gonna happen? Eh, probably not. It seems like lately, you know, ooh, look at that. Just barely eclipsing the corner of the plate. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on! You're not gonna get him. Okay, I understand. Never good when it's the major leagues and you're barely skipping one in about 15 feet before the plate, or before the bag. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. That, however, is a good sign. That's 1 inning down. We got 1 inning to go. 10 hits and no runs, though. That's a good sign. I mean, usually if you're giving up 10 hits, more than likely they're gonna score in one way, shape, or form. But we have had pretty good defensive stands when we needed it, especially that one back in like the 4th inning where they had runners on 2nd and 3rd. We got out of that one. Come on, baby, come on. Come on! There we go. That's a good sign. That is good. Come on, Snakes. I'd love to see you get your 6th today. And that is about as far from it as you could get. As far from it as you could get. Come on, Frank. You can get number 5 at least. Or at least get yourself over 300. That's a pretty acceptable batting average, though. 298's really good. Which is crazy to think. Like, you think of baseball and just the way that it is, like being like a career great hitter, you can bat less than 300. Like, if you were a career 295 batter, that'd be considered great for a career. You think about that. You're failing more than 7 times out of 10 times up at the plate. That is crazy to me. That is so weird that that's considered great, you know? Because like, you take a sport like basketball. I mean, obviously, very different sports. The object is quite different. But you think about basketball, if you had a guy that was a career 29.5% shooter from the floor, he wouldn't even be in the league for longer than a couple of years. No fucking way. I mean, you think about, you know, guys that are great, like, you know, Michael Jordan shot probably around between like 45 to 55% from the floor. LeBron, I think this year shot like 50-something% from the floor. But like, you know, like generally the greats of any era were shooting, you know, somewhere between 40 to 55%. I would assume that would be right around that area. But if you had a guy that, yeah, shot career 29.5%, that would be like, nah, that'd be like a guy that's totally not making it off the bench, is what I'm trying to say here. He needs... I don't feel like we need to give him much more stamina, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give him just a little bit. That 5th one will make all the difference somewhere down the road. I just know it. 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, 25,000. That's a good sign. 25,000 and 30,000. Okay, so between Jeff and Gus, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? I don't know who's gonna get it. Let's go with Gus. Let's go with Gus Polinsky here. He's gonna get something. Not gonna get very much, but he's gonna get something. We're gonna give him running and his prestige points there. All right. You know what? I think that's gonna be good right there. So, with that said, my friends, the dream is still alive. We are, what is it, 23-0 now? 23-0? We are 23-0. That is good stuff right there. So, when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Sports Sunday, at least the Baseball Stars edition of Sports Sunday, we're going to take on number 24, and we're going to see if we can replicate that. That was a much more comfortable game than the last 2 that we've had that were real nail-biters. So until then, my friends, this is your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza, saying thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.